Hey guys, Chris Luna here with the Chris Luna Group of Compass. We're here for another session of Coffee with Chris. Today my guest is Chaye Besherse, and she is my home stager. And so today's topic that we want to talk about obviously is staging. So staging is very important when preparing a home to come on the market. But I want to talk a little bit with Chaye and kind of have Chaye explain to you guys really how important staging is when it comes to prepping the home and getting it ready for the market and so forth. So Chaye, again, I work with a lot of sellers and trying to get their homes ready and to be in tip-top showable condition. Like, how important is staging?
Staging really is as important as picking the right agent. We really are a tool for the agent and the sellers to use at the onset. So as soon as you are contacted by your seller, we like to be brought in at the forefront so that when you're walking through the house, we're walking through the house too. We can start telling them, what little things we notice around the house that could be an indication of deferred maintenance. Most of them aren't a big deal. Any changes that they're wanting to make to the house, we walk through with them and tell them, what makes sense for them to spend their money on. We start talking to them about the first stage of staging, which is decluttering, depersonalizing, and that way the homeowner is also telling the market, they're letting their agent know, the potential buyers, agents, that, hey, we're ready to have a smooth sale. We have depersonalized our home, we're emotionally letting go, we're starting the process. And we're also then making sure that when a homeowner walks into it, what they're seeing is not all the little things that have been overlooked by the homeowner over the years, but have been addressed. They're walking into something that they are ready to move into.
Okay. So decluttering, depersonalizing, making the home ready for the next potential buyer to kind of come in and see the vision and see what could be with this home. Is that
right? That's your first step. So then our next step is going to be touring the home with them, taking pictures. If it's owner occupied, we're going to walk through and tell them, what in your home can we use? What do we recommend you tuck away? You're going to be moving anyway, so start packing. If it's a vacant home, we're going to walk through and take pictures and talk about a good layout for when potential homeowners walk through and for pictures. And it's completely different, staging versus living. So you'll see most of what's done at the onset of staging is really a big edit.
Okay. So that's some good information as far as, getting it prepared and how it's going to be presented and the perception of the potential buyer that's walking into the property. Next also I want to ask you is that when it comes to staging, what value does staging bring to the home? I know it's hard to say the value that it brings is necessarily like a monetary thing, but what value does it really bring to the home?
It's huge. It has a huge impact, and we're seeing more and more of an impact because buyers are starting to shop online first. So 90% of your buyers are looking online before they're even getting an agent. So when you consider that they're looking on a mobile screen, most likely at the onset, teeny tiny pictures. Every house they're looking at has on average 20 to 30 pictures. You want to have a home that does not look, your pictures are a gray box with no frame of reference in terms of scale, what the room was used for. Whereas if you have a home that is properly staged and every room tells a story, how you're living in the space, a sense of scale because you have appropriate sized furniture for each space, and it looks clean, your angles are done appropriately so that when a picture is taken, you can see the room, you can see what's highlighted, its best features instead of an empty room that all you're going to see is anything negative.
Wow. Yeah, really, right? It's going to just be an empty box, no depth, no life, no story. I like that.
It is going to be an empty box. And to be honest, too, when people are looking at this, it's your empty box versus the next empty box versus the next empty box. Or someone's home furnishings with their home photos and the dog bed and these sort of things that you don't want someone to look at a home and envision them trying to move into your home. You want them to envision them moving into their next potential home. And that really is that key differentiator.
Wow. So that could really make the difference between, potential buyer doing a swipe left or swipe
Yep.
right, or,
Yep. Just like dating.
like marking it hot or not. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, but
Oh, well, they have favorites. You can see too, and you can track how many people have favorited your home on a lot of the websites, and that's a key indicator. If they're, you're getting lots of views, but no one's favoriting it, that means they're looking right past it. And if you aren't getting those views, and people are taking the time to stop and look at your home, they're definitely not going to take the time to call an agent, make an appointment, drive, and view your home.
True. They've got to kind of be interested enough or fall in love with it just based on the pictures, shopping online before they even take the time to go and drive to the property.
And then that's going to be your next step. Once you finally get them sold on, hey, I'm intrigued. Let's go check it out in person. Let's make the effort. Once they walk into the home, it needs to be clean, decluttered, a really warm, welcoming. And by depersonalization, we're not talking about making it a cold space. Far from it. We want people to feel welcome when they walk in. The longer they're in your home, the more likely they are to make an offer because they are sitting there, they're envisioning it being their own space, the space that they can live in, they can entertain in, they can raise a family in, possibly, those sorts of things. Have a dog, those sorts of things. So we want to have it furnished where they can sit, they can lounge, they can spend the time. There are other things for them to look at other than, hey, maybe that light fixture could be changed. And if it's a blank box, people are going to stand there and they're going to walk in and they're going to walk out.
Yeah, true. Nobody's looking to buy a blank box unless it's at a smoking deal.
Yep.
And, well, great. There you have it, folks. I mean, this is like staging information that would help you if you're potentially looking to sell your property. And it's really a good thing to do. It's definitely going to return on your investment as far as getting your property prepared and staged and looking right for the market.
Get it sold fast.
Get it sold
for more.
Get it sold fast. Get it sold for more. Yeah, that's great tips. Anything else you want to add, or?
No, we have some stats too that I'll give to you. You can post and people can look at them. Return on investment for the cost of staging. And one thing you always want to consider when you're looking at the cost of staging is how much it costs for you to stage, which is typically, even for a full stage, less than 1% of the value of the home versus the cost of holding a property. And on average, properties that are unstaged sit longer on the market, so your holding costs are longer. And so, if you think you're holding a property, your mortgage, plus utilities, plus insurance, this versus 1% of a property price for staging, the comparison is definitely worth looking at.
Good point. Absolutely a good point. Well, there you have it, folks. Again, my name is Chris Luna with the Chris Luna Group of Compass, and I'm with Chaye Besherse of Besherse Staging.
Thank you for having me.
Our information will be down below in the description. If you have any questions, please reach out to us, and we look forward to hearing from you soon. Thanks.